Your final thoughts on what you saw?
I don't think anybody has a case for, they're saying that they definitively won this fight. This is going to be a tough one for the judges, and I don't think you can criticize anybody for no matter which guy gets this fight.
Right. Yeah, I agree. It could go either way. All these rounds were very close, and it was Barthelемy's body punch.
You know what bothers me the most about this fight? Now, this was a trash fight. This is one of those fights that make me question, like, I really don't have to do this. And then the disrespect that I be getting for covering fights like this. I wish I could show you highlights, even though they give them to you free on YouTube and free on Twitter. CBS, not Showtime, every now and then, they like to fucking try to take my videos down. But it's really no highlights. It was a trash fight. They just like I don't know where they got this stuff from. And to make matters worse, the WBA world title is on the line at 135 pounds. Vasil Lomachenko is the WBA super world. So let me tell you, the WBA told us a lie now several years ago that they were going to be getting rid of that secondary title. They have two titles, the WBA World, WBA Super World. For example, to put things into some perspective, when Floyd Mayweather was still actively fighting, he was 154 pound and 147 WBA World, Super World. While listen at these punch numbers.
Less than 500 punches for a fight. That's just not a lot of activity. The percentage landed clearly not so good.
Mamma mia.
Yes, that's a muted Mamma mia from
what the fuck?
There's the problem, Adrian Broner, who's of course like a big brother to Robert Easter Jr.
Now this is an important statistic. This is the all-important one, but of course it's subjective according to show stats. What landed per round, and at the end of the day, that's what's going to decide this fight.
Three
like it
punches landed
fights.
by
and again,
each.
a staggering statistic that
fuck?
in no round did any single one fighter land 10 punches.
I'm going to bed.
I don't remember the last time I saw that.
And here,
Barthelemy kept punching fucking Robert Easter glove, jabbing his glove.
Jimmy Lennon Jr.
60-40, he cool.
Ladies
seem
and
like a
gentlemen,
cool
after
dude.
12 rounds of action, we have a
It's not Robert
split
Easter fault.
decision.
I mean-
Here are the score totals.
No, please be a
Judge at
draw.
ringside,
No.
Eric Cheek scores about 115 to 113 in favor of Rances Barthelemy. Judge at ringside, Tim Cheatham sees it 115 to 113
I'm giving it to Bunny.
in favor of Robert Easter Jr.
Give it to Bunny.
And judge at ringside,
I'd rather it be a draw, though.
Trowbridge scores about 114 to 114.
Thank you.
Even a draw.
That's what I'm talking about.
Is a split
Fuck you,
decision,
WBA.
a draw, and the title remains
That belt shouldn't
vacant.
exist. That's what they get. That's what they get.
Rances Barthelemy and Robert Easter Jr. don't agree, but we alluded to it. Steve Farhood mentioned it by all of us. Are you
Listen.
No, not at all. I mean, it could have gone either way by
it's
one
almost
point.
justified.
Exactly.
Neither guy deserves to win.
That belt should not exist. They just tried to make a belt out of thin air. No disrespect to Robert Easter. A little bit of disrespect to Rances Barthelemy. I never liked his style, man. Like I was saying on Twitter, his hairstyle is one of those hairstyles like he comes to play around. Like, I don't know. Man, I never liked it.
All right, Morrow, thank you. Robert, first let's start with you. Your assessment of this fight and the decision.
I figured it was close, but I figured I edged it out towards the end. He really wasn't committing and doing nothing. I applied the pressure, and the judges seen it a different way.
Why do you think there was no action in this fight and it was so strategic throughout?
Like I said, Rances Barthelemy, he is a crafty fighter, a tricky fighter. He stayed away from my power, which was smart. But like I said, I was smart too on my end, and I didn't take that much punishment. But like I said, the judges seen it a different way.
Really no punishment in this fight. It's kind of hard for the judges
But they
to
both
score
look the
a fight.
same.
You connected on 54 punches. He connected on 52. That's less than 5 per guy per round.
Yeah.
you didn't seem to want to mix it up for whatever the reason and throw the right hand. You just couldn't find an opening?
Like I said, he's a crafty fighter. When he turned to that side, he was looking for a shot, and I was trying to draw him in as well. Instead of just leading with my right hand, I was trying to sucker him in so I could throw the left hook right hand instead of the lead with the right hand. But like I said,
It's that Barthelemy style, man.
Layoff bother you at all, Robert?
Huh?
Did the layoff bother you at all?
Oh, no, not at all. I was in shape, you know.
All right, we'll talk to you about what's next in just a moment. Rances, your thoughts
That
on
hair makes me
this
sick.
split decision draw?
¿Qué pensaste de esta pelea, de este empate, de esta decisión dividida?
No, sin demeritar a Robert Easter, ¿no? Es un gran campeón. Respeto a su esquina, a su papá.
Oh, what?
Pero creo que gané esta pelea. Robert no se vio en el ring. Todos conocemos a Robert Easter, que es un warrior, pero esta noche se vio ausente en el ring. No se vio el rol
I don't
que
like
todo el
that
mundo
neck
esperaba.
massaging that's going on back there.
Voluntarioso, parece ser el que estábamos esperando, pero no sé, vimos un Robert cohibido, nunca pensamos que iba
I don't like
a
that
entrar con la
massaging
derecha.
going
Yeah, I don't
on.
want to dismerit the job that Robert Easter did or his father did in the corner and all that, but it's not the Robert Easter we expected. We expected a fight. We thought he was going to come in to fight. We didn't see that today, and I thought I definitely won the fight today.
Why was there a lack of action?
Porque había poca acción en la pelea.
The Cuban
Bueno, estamos
style.
preparados, como todo el mundo conoce a Robert Easter, es un boxeador que siempre es muy fogoso, atacador, le gusta atacar. Bueno, solo una vez, creo que en el 9º round, que se lanzó, pero después más nunca se lanzó. Y
We know that Robert Easter is a fighter that attacks and all that, but he didn't attack in this fight. Maybe in the 9th round once he came and lunged at me, but he never did it during the fight.
How does he feel he could have won a fight averaging a little more than 4 connected punches a round?
¿Cómo tú crees que pudiste ganar una pelea conectando solamente un promedio de 4?
Get him, Jim.
fui más certero, fui más los golpes más sólidos, más limpios, los conecté yo toda la noche. Creo que yo tiré más golpes que Robert. Si yo no tiré, Robert mucho menos.
Yeah, I think I threw more punches than Robert during this fight. And
No, you threw 328 compared to 415.
328 a 4 Robert.
No,
It's 80 something less.
Well, 80 menos. But he thinks that his punches were more.
a lo mejor lo tiró al aire, ¿no?
Maybe he threw in the air. That's what he's saying about Easter's punches.
All right, final thought here. Is this a lost opportunity?
¿Esto fue una oportunidad perdida?
Claro que sí, claro que sí. Yo creo que yo gané esta pelea y me siento muy mal, la
Of
verdad.
course, I feel
Yo
very
quisiera
bad.
que se haga
I
una
think I won
revancha.
this fight. I want a rematch.
Una revancha lo antes posible porque
Rematch as soon as
yo necesito
possible.
esa baja.
I need that belt.
Rematch?
Of course, you know, we could do it again. But like I said, the judges say it one way, but, you know, he's a good former world champion. You know, like myself, much respect and legend right here. But like I said, we can get it on anytime.
Please,
anywhere.
no.
Thank you, buddy. Thank you both. All right, Morrow, back to you.
No. No. 12:39 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, April the 28th, 2019. I'm TstreeT Controversy. This is TstreeT Controversy Live. No. You know, and I like Robert Easter. It's just that Barthelemy style. I don't like it. And more importantly, I'm glad that the WBA got fucked over. That belt should not exist because, see, this is what they do to appease both sides. They'll be like, okay, well, Lomachenko can be top ranked champion, and then I'll have the WBA to be, and then they would never order Lomachenko versus Robert Easter. Like, they make me sick when they try to do that shit. Listen, this is the way it should be. Like with the 4 sanctioning bodies. And even Mikey Garcia got a bailout by the WBC because he's the BC emeritus champion. That means that he'll be the mandatory for the winner of Luke Campbell versus Devin Haney, which is supposed to happen for the WBC title soon, sometime. And Richard Comey maybe fighting. He wants a tune-up, or a tune-up fight. Then he wants to fight Teofimo Lopez over Seal Lomachenko. So it just makes no sense. Like, they should. Barthelemy and Robert Easter should have been fighting to be Lomachenko's mandatory, and then a purse bid 1 year from today since Lomachenko fought Krola a couple weeks ago. They should not be making a whole belt. It should be a mandatory. That shit is dumb and it makes me sick. But however, it's good for the boxers and it's good for the promoters. Why is it good for the boxers? Because they can say, oh, I'm a world champion. And the promoters, they can say, hey, we got your world championship. And they can bill it as a world championship. The shit is dumb. And then they got this new fucking belt rolling around here, this WBA world shit. And remember, when you're a super world champion, it's supposed to be some circumstance where, and I've read the rules, where that means like you need extra time, you know, because if you're a super world champion, that means you have to be a unified champion, you know, and but they're not using it the way they're supposed to. And they really started with Gervonta Davis, like, and when they made Joshua Klitschko for a vacant super world, they don't make no sense. Look right here. Look. Do you think that the WBA would ever order Saul Canelo Alvarez versus Rob Brand? I think not, because they don't want to fucking piss off Saul Canelo Alvarez. They need those sanctioning fees, and they get sanctioning fees from Rob Brand, who's fighting Ryota Murata again in Japan. Sanctioning fees right here. Come on, man. They make me sick. Anyway, you know, I don't know what's going to happen with Robert Easter now. You know, I'm sure Al Heyman is going to try to find a way to maneuver one of them, because, see, 140 is tied with politics. That's probably why they got to stay at 140. Al Heyman don't have no real reach up here at 140. Like, you know, with Ramirez being over at top rank, Prograis, we don't know what he's going to do, but likely he's going to end up on the zone or stay on the zone since the World Boxing Super Series. Baranchek, you know, Maurice Hooker over on the zone. So, you know, they really needed the WBA to bail them out with that belt, because they don't have no clout down here. Al Heyman has some issues, the same issues that guys like Terrence Crawford has at 147 pounds, finding championship for his guys without having to cross the street between 140, you know, and 135. And guys like Tevin Farmer, Gervonta Tank Davis, look at the situation he's in. You know, where he can't move up. He's going to have some issues getting, you know. Anyway, solid into a, so-so weekend of boxing. On the undercard, Victor Postol is looking good, fighting at 140 pounds, PBC fighter now. And you had F.A. Ajagba getting some Showtime treatment, you know, so they building him up. You know, Showtime All Access episode was only one episode. Wilder, Brazil, May the 10th. Wilder, Brazil, the fight, May the 18th. And TstreeT Controversy, this is TstreeT Controversy Live. Please subscribe. Nasty ass fucking fight.